All right, we're live. Just waiting for the audio to come in on my end so I can do a quick check. Okay, I think we're good. Got my laptop down here for chat. Okay. Hey everybody. So if you missed my tweet earlier, basically I'm gonna kind of treat the stream as the work in progress project vlog for the month. I thought it'd be kind of good to stream to kind of see what's happening with stuff I'm working on. So you can see with the camera shot I have off to the side here that I've got some stuff going on, and the reason why I'm a little bit delayed coming on is I'm having trouble getting stuff to work that was working fine last night. So there might be some troubleshooting on here. But let's see. So there's about 10 people watching. That's pretty good for one of my streams. So first up, I'm doing some experiments with IR. That's what this little sorry, I'm not a seasoned streamer. I can't see. I'm sorry, I'm like tired. So anyway, so this little module right here, it's an IR receiver. And so you can like shoot commands from IR remotes and it will read them. And the reason why I'm doing this project is, so this is an Apple TV remote, and I actually lost my Apple TV remote for about, it was back in February that I lost it. I just found it, but it made me think that it might be good to like maybe make a backup, because you can use the app remote, but it can come unsynced, and then you actually need a physical remote to be able to resync it again. So that's why I'm going to try to make basically a duplicate of this remote. I'm going to try to do it using a CircuitPython, one of the M0 boards from Adafruit. I think that'd be pretty cool. So that's what I've been experimenting with. The issue that I'm running into right now, last night I was able to use CircuitPython script to read the IR commands from this remote, and I was able to store them and everything. But for some reason right now I can't get PuTTY to open up the serial port on my Metro board. I've got PuTTY open right now, but it's just I don't know, and I can't type anything into the terminal either, and I'm not getting serial lights, so I'm not sure what's happening there. So sometimes what I end up doing if I have issues with the Metro boards is I just like do a clean reboot. I just like wipe it. So I might do that and quickly like put it back up. But just to explain what else I've got going on here, you can see some servos and an analog joystick. And an Arduino board. It's not going to be an Arduino project, I've just been using it to test. So basically I want to control 2 servos with this analog joystick, but I want to use it with Raspberry Pi, and I want to control a camera on top of the servos, because there's this little like plastic housing thing that I got that Pimeroni makes, that you can basically have this camera that you can tilt and pan, and so I want to be able to have like a remote for that. Little hang up with that, I could have sworn that I had one of the chips that you need to convert analog to digital for Raspberry Pi, since Raspberry Pi can't do analog, but I don't. So I need to order one of those. But I was able to get the script working on Arduino to control the servos with this analog control stick, so I just have to convert that to Python and then we'll be in good shape there. And one other function too is this joystick has a click-in function, and so when I click in, I want it to take a picture with the Pi camera. So yeah, let me just check chat real quick. No one has said anything. That's fine. So The other aspect of that, I think it'd be kind of interesting if I maybe make it an IoT project, but I'm not 100% sure on that, but it's definitely a possibility. So I think I'm gonna try troubleshooting this Metro board first on the stream. Let me share my screen with the camera. Get everything up that I need without showing you guys too much at the same time. All right, let's transition. Okay, so you should be seeing my screen with stuff now, and also OBS, which you don't need to see. Let's minimize that. Okay, so for CircuitPython, the IR stuff is definitely still like testing. I found this stuff in the Circuit Playground GitHub repo for the IR remote. And so basically, like, they have Adafruit IR remote Python script where they do a lot of the backend stuff for you, and then the main code that they have is kind of pulling commands from Adafruit IR remote. So it's pulling commands from that Python script. And I was able to get it to work, and like all this code's doing is into the serial monitor, it's pulling the commands from the remote that it's reading. So I was able to have it work with no issue last night, but right now, like, I'm getting this on putty. So let me try closing out session and reconnecting. So I'm not getting any serial lights, which just makes me a little concerned. And I can't type anything. Let me disconnect and reconnect. Now it's back to 26. Let's go back into putty. I keep getting the soft reboot. Auto reload is on. I don't know. Oh. King Crimson 234. Yeah. Please don't crash. This is definitely not worth crashing over. Please drive safe. I'm gonna try editing the main code really quick, so then it has to like do something. Let me save on that. See if that'll kind of kick it. No, this is so weird. Like. Because last night, like, it was totally fine, but now it is not. I'm kind of at a loss. I don't really know why. Like I said, I might do a hard wipe on it, and then just reload the CircuitPython 2.1 and everything. Might just take a little bit, but I'm at a loss, so I think I'm going to do that. So I'm actually gonna get off the desktop for that, just because I don't want to have any like weird personal files pop up. Let me also check, see if there's like a disk error. Don't need to scan this. Okay. Not saying there's an error, but I'm gonna reformat it, because I also saved like a text file on there that I was actually logging the serial data to, so that could have also screwed it up. So it's worth a reformat. Downloads. It should just take a minute, and I'll just have to put the code back on. Pull my laptop up here so I don't have to keep looking awkwardly. Where'd you go? Trinket. I just downloaded it last night. Oh, here we go. Did I put the right? I feel like I just put the wrong thing on. No, it's a Metro. Okay. Actually, if I can connect via serial, then I can just do this through the command line. Let me do that to kind of speed stuff up. Try to open up PuTTY again. Okay, we're back in business. Okay. All right. So the only thing is I'm not sure if I have the libraries on there. I don't. I try to put the libraries back. Do I have those download? I probably don't. Okay, we'll just dump these on here. That's a fun light. So let me move that. I don't know if anyone has any light sensitivities. Sorry if you do. So while that's going, do I still have main? Yeah, I do. So right now I'm putting the IR code into what will be a main file to run on CircuitPython, and then I'm also going to copy and paste that kind of backend code from the GitHub that Adafruit has. I don't think this is like done testing yet because the library is definitely not like in the 2.0 release. I should just ask in I should just ask in the Discord chat, but I feel like in the CircuitPython chat that they're always doing like really intense stuff, and I don't want to be like annoying. Okay, so I have to call this exactly Adafruit IR remote. I'm going to save in lib. I just realized that's not going to pulse IO. If I close out the session, it should run the main. We're on column 26. Yeah, I don't know if this is gonna work. Oh, chat's really blown up. I'm glad it's enjoyable. I feel kind of bad. I really thought this was going to be like a smooth stream, like, oh, here's the thing I did, and here's the next thing, and that's the end. But I don't know what's happening. But I go to the desktop. So, oh, don't tell me I lost it. Here we go. Okay, so I can at least show you what I was able to grab last night. So I was able to grab all of the buttons on the remote. So like OK, and then it had this 67 pulses and it decoded the 4. And so same thing for left, right, up, down, menu, play. One thing that was happening with play is it was after I just hit it a couple times in the serial monitor, I was getting like double hits. And I noticed that the only difference was 95 and 5, and I think that's really like the main IR code from what I can tell that's being decoded. So I wondered if because it's a dual play pause button, if that's what's happening. But I was finding I was getting the best results if I closed out the serial port and opened it back up and then just hit the button like very succinctly once. Then I was getting like really solid data. So that's what I did to get all of these. And when I did that with the play pause button, that's what I got here. So basically the next step would be to use an infrared LED and try to send these pulses out through that LED by having a button hooked up to the Metro and sending data that way. The only issue, I have one of those LEDs on order. I didn't think to order one when I got the receiver, so that will be the next step. So basically I'll save these arrays in an external file, probably in the lib folder, and then we'll kind of grab them from there. So that's the work I've done on that project so far. I'm sorry I can't demo it right now, but I don't know, I'll have to troubleshoot it a little bit more. I mean, I'm just not sure. Like I said, I don't think the IR stuff is like fully ready for release for CircuitPython. Because also, like, if you look at issues, like, it looks like they're testing. So this is how the data looks in the serial. This is someone else's data that they're putting in. And so I was getting really good results by having like the consistent pulses and consistent decodes. So this person was having no such luck with the remote they were using, but that's how it looks in the serial. And I first tested actually using an Arduino, and Adafruit has a similar library for that, and I was able to get it on the first try with that too. So pretty cool if you want to like experiment with any IR stuff. That's what's happening there. And now I'm just gonna unhook the stuff from my breadboard and unplug the Metro. For a second, I thought I had the data plugged into ground, but unfortunately, the fix does not seem to be that simple. Although I would have felt really foolish. So these are the servos with the analog joystick, and like I said, eventually it'll be hooked up to Raspberry Pi. I'm also waiting on the part for the analog to digital converter, but I can at least demo how these move around. Hook up to ground and power. So because I'm using the Arduino power, sometimes if I move the joystick a little bit too much, I kind of lose connection for a second, but I do have an external supply that maybe I can try hooking up. When I did it before, the servos kind of went nuts, so, but we'll see. So let me try it. Okay, good. Good. So basically what you're doing is you're tying the analog values of each servo to one direction on the joystick. So one's tied to horizontal and another one's tied to vertical, so that you can kind of work them together. So like if I go, see, I just lost the connection, but and when they're connected up in the little plastic housing thing, they'll work in a tilt pan, and it'll be able to control the camera like that. So move those better into the frame. I can show you the code. I actually found it on Instructables. Some residual data there. I can open up the serial. It just freeze up? Totally did. I'm killing it with cereal tonight. So yeah, I just found this on Instructables, and when I eventually do the video, I'll link it down below. But you can see how it's mapping the values, and so I'm basically just gonna like recreate this code in Python, and have it run directly on the Pi. And then also when you push the button down, I'm gonna have it take a picture with the Pi cam. But yeah, so the other project that I'm going to be doing is I'm actually going to be fixing a clock. My mom's grandmother's clock, so my great-grandmother's clock, she's had it since like the 60s. It's like very sentimental to her, even though it's just like a simple clock, but the mechanism in it died this past weekend, even when she changed the battery. So I was able to like look on the back and see what the mechanism looked like, and I was able to find one for pretty cheap on Amazon, so I'm going to be replacing that for her. So that'll be an interesting project. I feel like I always have these like weird fixing things come up, but so that'll be fun. But yeah, that's basically what I'm working on for this month. I'm really excited for the holidays coming up because I have a lot of holiday projects planned. Not limited to a musical Christmas ornaments, a NeoPixel menorah that I'm going to be making for a friend. I think I'm going to be using PVC pipe to make the actual like branches of the menorah, which will be really fun. And I think it would be so awesome if I could like make it IoT and have each like come on at sundown. That'd be prime. That'd be great. And then a couple other fun things. So I'm really excited about that. Like these are fun, but those projects are going to be really fun because it's all LEDs and flashy things. But yeah, I think that's gonna be it. Unless people want to see the troubleshooting of the Metro, 'cause that is gonna be legitimately what I work on next. Unless people want to see that, then I'll end the stream. But I'll wait for chat to catch up and see if anyone has any strong opinions towards that. Also, I don't think I ever shared the link on social media, so that was good. The technical issues kind of threw me off, not gonna lie, with the stuff, because I was paying more attention to this setup, which I'd been working on earlier today, actually on the train, and the Metro had been fine. It had been totally fine. Plug it back in. I would say, you know, turn it on, turn it back off again. I work in IT, I say that a lot every day. I mean, I wonder too if it's because I was trying to run everything on one breadboard. Maybe that's a mistake. see. Let me try to serial in again. Keep switching between 26 and 27. Oh! Interesting. So I'm just tapping the data with my finger, so maybe it'll work now. Hold on, guys. All may not be lost. Oh. Let me try connecting and disconnecting again. I just want, you ever like double check, like I have this hooked up, right? Unless, you know, I'm gonna change out these wires for power and ground, because one of them is older, and this one, I'm not 100% sure on the integrity of it, so I am gonna swap these out for these, because we knew they were working with the servos. And okay. Darn. Bob wants to see the troubleshooting, and hello, Mohammed. Okay, I'll keep at it then. We did just get some data into the serial, so it's got to be something. I always go cross-eyed trying to like match up the pin opening with the labels on the board. So just checking to make sure those are right, and they are. Just think it's interesting that when I unplug it, I'm getting like pulses. That's a crazy amount of data. Oh, you know what? I just realized, because I wiped the thing, I had edited some parameters. Let me open it back up. That's fine. I'm just wondering if I should like re-download. Because what's weird is when I put everything back on, like the library didn't follow, and the Metro has that bundled. So I want to try to find the 2.0 library. I'll try to download that again. I don't think I had that on on this computer. I have it on my laptop actually. So you know what? I'll unplug from my desktop and plug into my laptop just quickly to try to get the libraries all set. So that'll just be a second. Happy Halloween, by the way. I don't know if people are really doing anything, unless you've got your own little monsters. I'm not really into Halloween. I've never really been into the whole dressing up thing. Okay. Loading in the library. Oh, we got a cat. Winnie. Winnie's lurking around. She might start meowing. She's a big meower. Yeah. Yes. There we go. Good girl. Oh, Carly Lee has kids. That's awesome. Trick-or-treating's fun when they're like into it. Okay, so now got the library so I can eject. I can't tell if when he's into it. She's purring, but she seems unsure. She's unsure. Okay. Alright, so I load in the libraries, plugging it back into my desktop. And I think it's blinking like that because I've got to put this code back in. Did I by any chance leave it open? No. Okay, so we'll see. I need to get the exact name. So I have these blank keycaps right now that I've tried to be able to work with, but I really struggle with typing, like, more than I should. I'm always forgetting, like, what letter I'm typing, and it's bad. It's bad. So now we're at solid green. Let's try going back, opening up PuTTY again, and let's also check what port we're on, 26. And let's try opening it. Let's see what happens. Nothing. Absolutely nothing happens. Come on. You know, I'll try changing out this wire. Get one of these more premium ones. I'll steal it from a servo. Does have a tighter fit. see. Nope. Huh. So what's interesting is that when we pull up the hookup wire, like we're getting stuff into serial, but it's like this isn't reading for some reason. Yeah, look at that. It's crazy. My only thought is I had it on the other side of the breadboard, so before. Let me take a look at the sensor, see if something like happened maybe. Not seeing any corrosion or anything like that. Let me try messing with parameters, maybe. See what happens if I up the length. Nope. See, before I was at least like getting something, even if it was an error, like I was getting something. Close out serial again. I'm gonna do prints ready. It would be helpful if I put quotes. Save. And open a putty. See what I mean? I'm not good with these keycaps. Huh. I'm at a loss. I'm really, because I think it's telltale that like I lift out this and I'm getting stuff. I wonder if I unhook power and ground. That's interesting. So now it's just reading stuff. So let me ground it. And let me bring back power. Nope. Let me try 3.3. Like, it definitely needs 5, but I'm just curious. Try opening up another terminal. It's not the right connector. It's almost like something happened to this. Like, I know logically nothing did, but that's almost kind of what I'm like leaning towards. Which again, I know doesn't make sense, because what could have happened to it all day? It just sat in its little component box and it seemed fine. I don't know. I just don't know. I don't think I'm gonna get anywhere, to be honest. I appreciate those that stayed for even a small time. And again, I apologize if this wasn't as like streamlined a stream. But I guess that's what we get for going live, right? But let me know if you enjoyed this live format. I'm going to be doing videos on these projects, so they'll be much more polished later on. But yeah, I think I'm going to end it. As I cough. Oh my god, I'm so sorry. But, bye.